controllers. I want to caution you, they kind of buried them in the yard, and since I didn't get to walk through like you guys got, I don't know exactly where they all are. I'm gonna, I'll take you and show you where the stations are, but it's a, I've accidentally dug into them. Fortunately, I didn't cut them, but they're. It's like I start to pull stuff. What the hell is this? And then I realize that's the irrigation line.
Absolutely understand. So you can just tell us where you have your setup.
The other one in the back. Let's. So there's 8 stations. So the first 2 are by the front door. The second 2 are kind of where the watermelons are. Actually, do you want me just to walk you around and show them? Or?
Yeah, you'll try and remember that. I don't think I'll remember that.
Let me just walk around. I know it's hot, but you probably know where these are. Stations 1 and 2 are right here.
Starting here.
Oh, while we're here, let's go ahead and real quick too. In addition to your things, so your
Station
main,
1
your
and
main
2
is right here. The main water coming into the house, and there's 2 separate valves. So this lower valve controls the outdoor irrigation. So if you had a broken sprinkler, for example, you can shut that off without losing the rest of the water to the house.
And the
This one takes care of the house with the exception of it also feeds this faucet here. But so like if you had a broken pipe inside the house or whatever, then you shut this one off, and that would kill all the water inside the house. So there are 2 separate lines there. So outdoor irrigation and then the house. Okay, so that's stations 1 and 2.
That's the shut off you got.
And I'm videotaping this. I just started. I wish I started earlier, but I didn't think it was so extensive here.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Walk through there. There is some pop-up lines there. Now, it's a combination of sprinklers, and then I use these little.
I'm not going in there.
Well, they're like the small filters. So these, almost everything has water to it, with the exception of a couple things in the patio. We have these little guys here. You might want to check them about every 2 months or so to make sure you don't get clogged, or sometimes the lines pop off or whatever. But they all have the irrigation to them.
And that's the outlet to the fountain right there.
That's the outlet to your main fountain. Yeah, the power to the fountain. Here's station 5 and 6.
Station 5 and 6 approaching.
These are actually 3 separate trees. See, 3 separate. They're not grafts. They're actually 3 separate trees. So I know there's avocados on this. Oh, there they are. Yeah. So yeah.
Avocado tree.
This is your avocado tree. But I would say there's 3 separate types. So the nice thing is they'll ripen at different times of the year.
Oh, okay.
So this is a
you don't-
hybrid
It's not like you're
tree.
getting them all at one shot. So
Yeah.
so it's not, each is a different type.
So 3 fruits in 1 tree.
Have one, but it fruits like every
3 in 1.
Wind.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't have a neighboring avocado tree very close.
Our biggest problem is the squirrels. 'Cause the squirrels like them, and they'll start carrying them off. We lose a lot to the squirrels. We have 2 pomegranate trees. This is one of them, and I mean, big,
Good.
Juicy one.
big juicy ones.
Are they the white one or the red ones?
The red ones.
Okay.
And they're normally ready for eating just about at Halloween time, late October, mid to late October. In fact, when you get to the point where they're just starting to split, that's like when they're like in the mint condition there. So anyways, yeah. So we did stations 5 and 6.
You said that you pointed that out, Norm.
Yep. I left you. I'm leaving you all my irrigation things here too, like extra heads and stuff. If something breaks, you've got the spare parts to replace the tubing and all that stuff. That's all right there. So the last 2 stations for this one is 7 and 8. So that's right here. Okay, those are the last ones there. So again, you can see the irrigation lines. Got it. The only thing, and even the hanging plants, like these hanging plants here, they have ear flags that go to them.
Good job.
So yeah. So the only plants that are not connected to the irrigation system are these two guys here in the pots.
Okay.
But they're very drought resistant. They can handle like 2 weeks without water. And then these little cactuses that are sitting up on the wall, but they're cactuses, so they can handle that too. Okay, so that's the irrigation system that was with the house, and the second irrigation system is out here. The second irrigation system pretty much just takes care of this corridor here.
This corridor, all right.
Because when we moved here, there was nothing. There was no irrigation to this at all. It was totally dead.
Good.
Same type of unit. It's pretty self-explanatory, you know, picking the zones and stuff. And you have the rain delay feature like that. Also, so it has six stations. They're all here, and that's the shut off. So if you ever had a broken thing, you could just shut this valve off and it'll isolate that.
Shut off there.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's good there. And also, it has a GFI outlet
Got it.
for that. There's also a GFI outlet on this one as well.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Right. Oh, and I forgot to show you on your circuit breaker for your hot tub is right here.
Here.
Yeah, I got it labeled.
Yeah, hot tub power.
Yep.
Right there.
So it's got the GFI.
Got it.
So in fact, whenever you go to drain it, and I recommend you change the water about every 3 months, push the test and it should trip. That way you know it's working fine. But that's how you turn off and reset your power to the hot tub right here.
Good job.
Okay. Let's see what else we
Solar.
Yeah, solar panel system. So you got 36 panels up there. Although I know I have 2 panels that are acting temperamental.
Okay.
They don't like the heat. And I think the panels are actually working. I just don't think they're reporting.
Yeah.
We have these, I'm trying to think, it's in-phase micro inverters. And I think that the micro inverters aren't actually reporting. Oh, while we're here, let's look at the meter here. So
Okay. Got it.
So right now, the net metering is showing that we're using since it's going this way, that means we're consuming power. When it's going the other direction, that means we're generating.
Okay.
No, actually, I think we're generating power. I think when it's going this way.
It's hot and sunny.
Even though it's hot and sunny, yeah, but the panels are getting the full power. So I think we're actually generating surplus power. When it's going the other way, that's when you're consuming power.
Okay.
So there's actually 2 different things. It'll show you 2 different sets of numbers.
All right.
Is that one? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the actual monitor for the solar panels. So it's saying the plus web means it's connected to the internet. Now when I pull my router out, it's gonna go minus web because it's not gonna connect. And I'll show you where that connection is. So right now it's saying there's 34 panels reporting, but there's 36 panels.
Okay.
So 2 panels aren't reporting.
Okay.
I don't think it's not that they're not working. I just think they're not reporting.
Okay.
Right now it's saying that we're generating 5,028 watts of power right now. So that kind of gives you your overall status there. So this has to be plugged into this outlet. Basically, this is powering this collector.
Okay.
This is sending a wireless signal to the receiver, which is then talking on the internet.
I'm impressed with his teaching.
So that's your modem. That's your night owl security system, which we'll talk about in a bit. So basically, I have both my night owl and my the solar panel connected to this.
You're right. Okay.
The well, actually, it's an extender, Ethernet extender, because the router only had 1 Ethernet port, so I had to put this extender on there. So this will be removed. That's what you'll need when you get your internet down to put a new one in there. And so there's that. I do have all the data for the solar panel.
Yeah, I think you sent it.
Here, but there's also a website where you can monitor the status that gets reported.
All right.
I have to get you that information. I don't have it quite yet. I'm going to put it on a flash drive and I'm going to leave that here with the link.
Okay.
Also, if you look on this list, I've given you my name, my
I appreciate
phone
that.
number.
I appreciate
So if
that.
you're having issues with things, you can give me a call or text, and I'll try to help you sort that out.
I appreciate it. We won't be bothering you too much.
Okay.
I promise.
That's
I promise.
And Susanna can always.
Okay, so the night owl security.
Mention that.
Okay.
I'll set that up. I've got some.
You know how to do that?
Yeah, I can set that up.
Are you,
Only-
are you familiar with Night Owl?
Not Night Owl specifically. I have a different system.
So the Night Owl, this is
That's
an
an
app
app, sure,
right
got it.
here.
but yeah, I have something very similar. I would just ask it if you could take all the passwords off.
Well, what'll have to happen is, here's the information you have
I
to
see.
scan. Basically, what
So I
you
have to
need.
register it. Okay.
Well, you have to, you know, so what you need to do is you need to download the app.
Got it.
This is reading the
Yeah.
cameras. You have to
Yeah.
download the app, and then there's a sequence that you can reset it to its
Okay.
its,
The
its
factory
Original
reset.
factor.
factory default, which
Yeah.
then will clear all the settings. So you'll need to set up your
I'll do
name and
that.
password, and then
It's easy enough.
zoom through that.
I'll just do that.
Okay, so that's that for the security system. What do we got next?
You got the security system you mentioned.
Okay.
Vent fans.
So the
That's one-
JTEC, that's a different one. Now that's a wired. The JTEC security system is the kind that has the monitors on the doors.
Ah, I see.
So that's this system. Now I have it deactivated right now.
Okay.
This system is an older system, so it requires a landline to work. And it's been registered with the Claremont Police Department. And it's one of these where if either a fire or you activate a code, it will alert
The same thing, door
the
openings,
dispatch.
or no?
Yeah, it has the door openings.
Okay.
So it's got the sensor. So
Sensors.
it'll cover the 3 sliding glass doors, the front door.
Have you been using it or?
I only use it for the fire alarm.
Okay. So, all right.
We don't.
can
'cause we have
decide
cats
whether or
and
not.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll decide.
So you have to decide. Now I do have the folder
Okay,
in
got it,
there,
got it.
and you can decide if you want to use that.
Okay.
To activate this, I have it completely deactivated right now. Let me show you what the box that is. The alarm itself is in the vents, so that
Okay.
the alarms, it goes through all the
Okay.
ducting work. The box is right here,
Okay, got it. Got it.
and
Key
there's the
there.
key, it's on the top.
I see it.
So it has both
Sorry.
power and backup battery. So
Oh,
I disconnected the backup battery.
Got it.
Power that powers it is actually up here in the attic. Let me show you where that is. Right
Okay.
there.
Okay.
So that's this guy here. Watch your head.
Sweet. Thank you.
Look real quick. So to your right, you'll see a switch that turns the power on to the attic. See that switch? Okay. And then you see the little, there's a power adapter right next to the switch. That powers the JTEC alarm system, which I have it unplugged right now.
Thank you.
And then if you look on the other side, there's a spare filter for your heater air conditioner on the opposite side. No, actually, over here. Oh, you got that's your filter for your heater air. And then way in the back is spare tiles, grout. Watch your head there. Flooring materials. So if you ever had damage and you want to just replace what's could be there, there's also some roofing tile on there for roofing composite stuff. And there's also some spare. There's a spare for the master bedroom. There's a spare bathtub faucet. It's a faucet because I was kind of concerned when I bought this. It's not a name brand. It was kind of like a Chinese brand. I'm like, well, if I ever had a failure and that company's not around, so I went ahead and bought a whole spare. I bought a whole spare fixture, and there's also a spare. What do you call it? Spare the cartridge if it starts to leak. You see that there's 2 vent fans up here. There's one there and there's one there, and the third one's in the garage. They're solar powered, but then at nighttime they run off of house power.
Okay.
So in the daytime it would be solar, in the nighttime it would be regular plug-in power. You might want to go and turn off your light there. Snap in place. And here's how you can, if you want to check the status of those 3 fans, you push that. So
Okay,
say
got it.
fan is out right now. It's 112 degrees up there with 20% humidity, and it's running on solar. So this is 1, this is 2, and the third's in the garage. If you just get close to it,
Okay.
give you the status. You also hear a beep. So 3 channels. So channel 1, channel 2, and channel 3
Channel
is
3 in the garage. Okay.
and that's just kept right here.
Very nice.
also, there's some spare control units in the garage for this,
Okay.
in case you ever have a failure with the control unit.
Okay.
That's this thing.
That's why she's recording this.
Heater, air conditioner.
Okay, that's pretty basic. The main controller is there.
All right, you can see.
Yep.
Sorry, where was the main controller? On the wall.
Yeah, the wall right there. So when you need to change the filter, and I recommend you do it every 6 months,
Yeah.
you just
Okay.
untwist this.
Yep.
And then, and I have the date marked on there.
Oh, thank you.
When it is.
I don't do that.
There's a spare. Yeah, I always date when I install it. There's a spare one up in there, and I recommend this is the one you use. I get these at
Thank you.
Home
Yeah,
Depot.
yeah, I need that
Yeah.
measurement to order more.
When I bought it originally, they were using a 5-inch,
Weird,
but
but
the
this
5
one
inches. Yeah, this one works. The 5-inch was so wide that it always, I could never get it back. I would
okay,
destroy
alright,
it. So I'm
alright.
like, I went to the 4 and it works perfectly.
Okay,
So,
that's fine.
so
I'll do that.
that's a good filter for that. Of course, your heater, your water heater is there
Yeah.
too. And it's all strapped down for earthquake safeness.
You already explained the water softener.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Water filter?
Yeah, and that's something we didn't even disclose. We kind of forgot about it, but we actually have this under the sink water
So that's
filter.
it.
That's this, yeah.
Ah.
And that uses these dual.
Okay. So good. Thank you. We'll need,
Yeah, that's
we'll need to order
we
more
get
for
these.
sure.
Yeah, we get these at Lowe's.
Lowe's. Okay.
And
Just need
so
to-
this is the water
Which
filter
model?
valve that. So in other words, when you need to swap off the filter, that's the valve that you need to shut off the supply to
Water
that.
filter.
And it's also the ice maker is tapped into the output
Okay,
of this.
good.
And I think it has a valve on it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a separate valve, but
For the fridge.
for the refrigerator, yeah, for the ice maker. So that's tapped into the filtered water.
I like that.
Yeah, so that's tapped in there.
Water softened and filtered.
Yeah, so exactly, yeah, so that's your good filtered water, and the same filtered water is going in. So the refrigerator has its own separate filter, but we never bothered to change it because it's already
Okay,
getting clean
okay,
water to
that's
begin with,
fair.
so we didn't feel it was worth spending money on.
Internet and phone, you already mentioned.
Okay.
We'll have to decide. What?
What cell service do you use?
We use T-Mobile. As far as our cell phone, we use T-Mobile, but one thing you need to realize is when we put the solar panels on, we re-roofed, and the roofing material has like a foil backing because it makes it energy efficient, but it also hurts the cell signal coverage inside the house. So when we're in the house, we share our Wi-Fi with people because otherwise the signal inside the house is really bad because it acts like a big Faraday cage essentially.
For us, it's not that great outside either. I've been
Yeah.
trying. That's perfect.
But we're using T-Mobile. We've had pretty good service with that.
Sliding doors.
So again, this house does have both the fiber optic and the coax.
You
So
mentioned that, yeah.
and if you go in each of the room, you'll see where the coax plugs are. If you want to
Frontier
go
for
that
the
way.
fiber optic? Frontier.
I'd recommend Frontier for the fiber optic for your internet. Yeah,
Yeah.
'Cause it's
We'll
actually
probably just look into
reasonably
that.
priced.
Okay.
The box is already there, so it should be minimal setup
You mentioned
cost.
that. Yeah.
And I have a copy of the bill of all the stuff
Okay.
I gave you, so you
Oh,
can see how much it costs
appreciate
and all
it.
that.
Okay. Backsplash light, timers for patio driveway.
Oh, hang on.
Just-
Where did we?
I think we were
Okay,
here.
spare building. Okay, that's yeah. Okay, so spare paints and building materials.
Yeah, we
Spare
saw
paints are in the
that.
garage. The building
Attic,
materials are up in the attic.
Pointed that out.
The sliding doors. I just want to point out on the sliding doors that they have these security locks. All three of them.
Okay.
So they have these pins. So
Got it.
now all three of them have locks,
Yeah.
and they're all keyed the same.
Right.
But they have this lock if you want to have extra security, and then also they have a mode where you can open it
Yeah.
just a couple of inches and still have it safe. So you want to get some
Wonderful.
air, but you want it secure. So they just have these pins. I just want to make sure you were aware that they were there. It's something you may not notice right away.
Appreciate it.
Three locks have that.
Appreciate it. I think we're-
Okay, so the kitchen backsplash light. Here's something you just might miss. These lights,
Oh, this one.
they're under here. That's this.
Ah, okay.
There's a little button here. They're actually in series, so if you touch either one, it activates them both. And they have like a bright mode and a dim mode.
Okay.
If you had a power reset and it's like, hey, how come I don't have lights here? There's a little button you have to just.
Is it battery operated or
No, it's
hot wire?
It's hot wired.
Good.
It's live. Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good. Timers for that's just
Oh, well, I wanted to show. Okay, so the doorbell. If you want to change the sound of the doorbell right here,
I see.
it's got like a whole bunch of different sound effects. You turn the knob to check the channel,
Got
select the channel, then you push this button to select the individual thing.
it.
So there's like a whole bunch of different chime settings, and this is a paper version of what's there. So just want to let you know about that. If you don't like the door chime, you can change it. We like it at Halloween time. We have like screaming, and then Christmas we have Christmas theme. So we kind of change it up based on the seasons and stuff. And I think the last thing is the timers, right?
Yeah.
I want to show you about those. So we have these lights. We have these decor lights that turn on these patio lights.
okay.
And the controller for that is right there.
Nora, you're gonna have to. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Right here.
And then for this light here, there's a timer on the other side if you want to set it.
Okay.
So in other words, yeah,
Okay.
you can set up a timer. And then for the two that are in the front of the house, in the garage, in the driveway,
I see a timer there too.
the other timer is right here.
Okay.
That to control
Oh,
these
very
coming
good.
on and off. So the timer is up there. I think the last thing I want to show, I didn't put on the list, but in the tough shed, here's your lawnmower. Well, my new house doesn't have a lawn, so I have to use it for lawn.
Prescott, right?
Yeah, in Prescott. So there's lawnmower. There's some fertilizers that I use for the grass and the other plants. There's your hot tub filters.
Oh
there.
yes, you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I take it you don't have a gardener. You do this all yourself.
Tough guy. That's why I'm 60
I
years
guess
old. I'm
there's
still
no
fit.
gardener. You got to do it yourself. But that's some type of exercise.
Thank you.
Well, if you don't have use for the lawnmower, I'm sure you can donate to somebody who will.
I'm sure we'll find it. Fine. We have kids, you know. We make them do it.
Bill's character.
I guess it's a labor of love to do gardening because people love to garden.
Yeah. I like to do it and then I forget about it.
They're on this to your wife too. I really want to thank you for taking good care of it. It really shows you cared a lot.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can definitely
love this house.
tell.
There's a lot of love.
Oh, and the RV parking is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we put the
shed,
tough shed there, but
obviously,
if you wanted to remove the tough shed, then you got
Of
RV
course.
parking.
Of course.
You know, it's curbed in and everything
Yeah.
like that. So,
For sure, it makes sense.
so yeah, so you're good.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just
Bet.
wanted to
You bet.